There's a moment that catches some people completely off guard. You're looking in the mirror and suddenly you notice something that wasn't there before. A line around your eyes, gray hairs where there used to be color, skin that doesn't bounce back quite the way it used to. And for most people, this is just a passing observation, maybe mildly annoying, but ultimately accepted as part of life. But for others, that moment triggers something deeper, a tightening in the chest, a wave of panic, the unavoidable realization that time is moving forward and taking your youth with it. If you've ever felt genuine fear at the sight of your own aging, if birthdays fill you with dread rather than celebration, then you know this isn't vanity, it's something more complex and rooted in what aging represents rather than what it actually is. The fear of aging shows up differently for different people. Some become obsessed with their appearance, scrutinizing every new wrinkle, every age spot, every physical change with mounting anxiety. They might spend hours researching anti-aging treatments, investing in expensive creams and procedures, doing anything to slow down or reverse what's happening to their bodies. Others avoid mirrors altogether, unable to face the visual evidence of time passing. Some stop celebrating birthdays, uncomfortable with the ritual acknowledgement that another year has gone by. The behaviors vary, but the underlying psychology is often the same. Aging feels like loss, and that loss feels unbearable. What are they really afraid of? For many, it's not actually the physical changes themselves. Those are just the visible markers of something more existential. Growing older means moving closer to the end, and mortality becomes less abstract with each passing year. When you're young, death feels distant, theoretical, something that happens to other people. But as you age, that distance shrinks. Friends or family members might get sick or die. Your own body starts sending signals that it won't last forever. And for people who fear aging, every birthday is a reminder that their time is finite, that they're running out of chances to do everything they want to do, to become who they hoped to become. Some people's fear centers on irrelevance. We live in a culture that worships youth, that treats getting older as something to fight against rather than accept. You watch younger people take your place in the workforce, in social spaces, in the cultural conversation. Your opinions start to feel outdated. Your references go unrecognized. Technology moves faster than you can keep up. There's a creeping sense that the world is leaving you behind, that you're becoming invisible, that whatever value you had was tied to being young, and now that's slipping away. This fear is especially acute for people whose identity has been strongly connected to being attractive, relevant, or at the center of things. Others are mourning lost potential. When you're young, life feels full of infinite possibilities. You could become anything, go anywhere, reinvent yourself completely. But aging brings a narrowing of options. Certain careers become impractical. Some dreams reveal themselves as permanently out of reach. Your body can't do what it used to. Energy levels drop, recovery takes longer, and with each passing year, more doors close. For people who haven't accomplished what they hoped to accomplish by a certain age, getting older feels like watching those aspirations die. Every birthday is a painful reminder of paths not taken, opportunities missed, versions of yourself you'll never become. The psychology of aging fear often connects to how someone has built their identity. If your sense of worth has been tied primarily to being young, beautiful, or physically capable, then aging threatens the foundation of who you think you are. This is particularly true for people who received a lot of validation for their appearance when they were younger. Maybe you were always the attractive one, the one people noticed when you walked into a room. Your looks opened doors, created opportunities, shaped how others treated you. And now those looks are changing. The attention isn't what it used to be, and without that external validation, you're forced to confront an uncomfortable question: who are you if you're not that person anymore? There's also a comparison trap that intensifies the fear. Social media makes it impossible not to compare yourself to others, including to younger versions of yourself. You scroll through old photos and feel grief for the face and body you used to have. You see people your age who seem to be aging better, and it triggers shame about your own aging process. You watch younger people living the life you feel like you should still be living, and it emphasizes how much has changed. These constant comparisons create a persistent sense of inadequacy, a feeling that you're aging wrong, too fast, more visibly than you should be. Some people trace their fear back to specific experiences. Maybe you watched a parent age in ways that frightened you, losing their independence, their dignity, their sense of self, and now you see yourself heading in that same direction. Or perhaps you experience ageism, being dismissed or treated differently once you reached a certain age, and that treatment confirmed your worst fears about what getting older means. Maybe you went through a health scare that made mortality suddenly real, or you lost someone young and it shattered any illusion that you have unlimited time. These experiences don't just create fear, they create urgency, a desperate need to hold on to youth before it's completely gone. The fear can manifest in destructive patterns. Some people pursue increasingly extreme measures to fight aging, from excessive cosmetic procedures to dangerous supplements, from obsessive exercise routines to disordered eating. They're not maintaining health, they're waging war against their own bodies, treating every sign of aging as an enemy to be defeated. Others give up entirely, falling into depression or self-neglect, believing that if they can't stay young, there's no point in trying at all. Both extremes avoid the real work, learning to accept that aging is inevitable and finding value in yourself beyond youth. What makes this fear particularly painful is the loneliness of it. You can't really talk about being afraid of aging without sounding vain or shallow. People dismiss it as a superficial concern, not understanding that it goes much deeper than caring about looks. They tell you to age gracefully, to embrace getting older, to focus on the wisdom that comes with age. But these platitudes don't address the genuine terror of watching yourself change, of feeling your body betray you, of knowing that every day takes you further from who you used to be and closer to an end you're not ready for. Many people who fear aging also struggle with the present moment. They're so focused on what they're losing that they can't appreciate what they currently have. Every experience is tainted by the awareness that it might be one of the last times they can do this thing, feel this way, look like this. Instead of being fully present, they're mentally calculating how much time they have left, measuring everything against what used to be rather than accepting what is. This steals joy from the present and makes every moment feel like a countdown. There's often unprocessed grief hiding beneath the fear. Grief for youth lost, opportunities missed, people who are no longer here, versions of yourself you'll never be again. But because this grief doesn't have a clear beginning or end, because it's about something gradual rather than sudden, many people never actually let themselves feel it. They stay in denial or anger, fighting against what's happening rather than moving through the grief to some kind of acceptance. And without that processing, the fear just intensifies. For some, the fear is actually about control. Aging is one of the few things in life that you genuinely cannot stop. You can slow it down, you can hide certain aspects of it, but you cannot prevent it. And for people who need to feel in control, who struggle with powerlessness, aging becomes a source of constant anxiety. It's a reminder that no matter how much you try to manage your life, there are forces bigger than your will. Your body will change, time will pass, eventually you will die. And that lack of control is terrifying. But here's what people consumed by this fear often miss. The thing they're actually afraid of is already happening. The time they're spending worried about aging is time they're not spending actually living. The energy they're pouring into fighting something inevitable is energy they could use to build a life that has meaning beyond youth. Every moment spent in fear of the future is a moment not fully experienced in the present. And ironically, that fear creates exactly what they're trying to avoid: a life diminished, not by age, but by the refusal to accept it. Learning to make peace with aging doesn't mean pretending you're happy about every change. It doesn't require you to love getting older or to stop taking care of yourself. What it means is shifting your relationship with time, with change, with your own mortality. It means recognizing that your worth isn't tied to staying young forever, that there are kinds of beauty and value that only come with age, that growing older is actually a privilege denied to many. It means grieving what you're losing while also discovering what you're gaining. Depth, perspective, freedom from caring so much about things that ultimately don't matter. Some of the most liberated people you'll ever meet are those who've moved through their fear of aging and come out the other side. They've stopped performing youth and started inhabiting their actual age with honesty. They've let go of trying to be who they were and become interested in who they are now, who they're still becoming. They've found that there's relief in acceptance, in no longer fighting a battle they were never going to win. They've discovered that aging doesn't have to mean diminishment. It can mean expansion if you let it. If you fear aging, the work isn't about finding better anti-aging products or figuring out how to stop time. The work is internal. It's examining what aging means to you and why that meaning feels so threatening. It's grieving what needs to be grieved. It's building an identity that isn't dependent on youth. It's learning to find value in things that actually deepen with age. Wisdom, emotional maturity, the quality of your relationships, the richness of your inner life. It's making peace with mortality, not in a way that's morbid, but in a way that actually makes you more alive, more present, more willing to use whatever time you have meaningfully. Because the truth is, you're going to age whether you fear it or accept it. The only question is whether you'll spend these years in constant terror, fighting what's happening, mourning what's gone, dreading what's coming, or whether you'll choose to be here, now, in this body, at this age, living as fully as you can, with whatever time you have. The fear of aging is really the fear of living, of being mortal, of existing in a body that changes and eventually ends. And the only way through that fear is to stop running from it and start accepting it. Not because aging is easy or because the losses aren't real, but because the alternative, living in constant fear of something you cannot control, is its own kind of death. One that happens long before your body stops working.